All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Banner's Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. So, everybody got the day off from school, all that jazz, because it's cold. I mean, if we knew it was going to snow and there was going to be ice everywhere, all that stuff, get it? You want to be safe, all that sort of stuff. I can't believe they canceled school for this. I mean, when there's a hurricane and people have to make preparations and possibly evacuate and all, I get it, because you need days of preparation, sort of thing. I get it. This don't make no sense. Put a jacket on a kid and put him on a bus. Anyway, so I hope all the kids enjoy the day off today. In the meantime, oh no, Meatloaf died today at the age of 74. And I would do anything for love. And I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love. But I won't do that. Anyway, that's the only Meatloaf song I know. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Big recruiting weekend for LSU. Tigers hosting double-digit prospects this weekend on campus. This is it, man. Big recruiting weekend. A week from Wednesday is signing day. So I don't know if coaches can still go in home or if prospects can come to campus next weekend, or if this is the last. I don't know. I need to check the calendar. Got me all discombobulated now with 2 signing periods. So Trevante Citizen, running back from Lake Charles, he will be on campus today. You did sign Noah Kane out of the transfer portal, which is great news. I do think you'll probably lose one of those running backs to transfer. One of the guys, if it's Kiner or Goodwin or Bradford, you have those 3 plus Emory Kane, that's 5. And if you get Citizen, that makes 6. That's a heavy scholarship running back room. Then you got Josh Williams hanging around too. So Trevante Citizen, Tyree Adams, offensive lineman out of St. Aug, got offers from a lot of schools. I'm looking here at 247. They've got the list. Kyron Borda, a defensive end for 2023. A lot of 2023 guys. Yeah. Wow, it's all like 2023 guys. 2024 wide receiver Bobby Kennedy. The list is up at 247. They got Tyred Winslow 2025 defensive tackle, Jakeem Stewart 2026 defensive tackle. That's funny. Okay. Holler at Chiboy. Say some good mornings here. So we're late. I mean, Didn't have to get up and bring Drew to school. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just sleep another 30 minutes or so. So I did. Tony Williams, Lance Hill, Ryan, Amanda Guidry, Kelly Presley, good morning. Aaron Hornsby, Kenneth Westbrook, good morning. John Dwaran, Matt Godwin, good morning. Kelly Gross, Joby Thomasy, good morning. Debbie Jenkins, Lance Hill, my kids are home, break out the bourbon. Brian Broom, Brant Ruban, morning Scone up here in Knoxville. Sports radio up here saying Will Wade was acting like a toddler at the Bama game, and they want UT fans to get under Will Wade's skin to set him off. Joked about the fan dressed in FBI clothes. Yeah, that's not new, Brant. There have been fans that I think it might have been Bama who did that. Bama or Auburn. I think Will Wade took pictures of them too. Lowell Cormier, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Yeah, so just, you know what you could do, Brant? You could point to the scoreboard that LSU beat them by 20 2 weeks ago. Jerry DeLucky, Stephen Fry. Frog pisses, they cancel school now. My bus driver used to fishtail the bus in sleet all the way to school. That sounds dangerous, but yes. Canceling school for this is, that's not smart. And I know what they're going to say. Well, it was, a proactive step. We didn't know if it was going to sleet or ice, and we didn't want to have kids out on the road. I get it. I get it. But there's dangerous conditions when it's training. There's dangerous conditions when certain people are on the road because they don't know how to drive. So you kind of take that risk regardless when you drive. So. Robert Martin, who you got in the playoffs this weekend? Good question, there, Robert. I actually haven't made all my final decisions on my picks yet. Tomorrow, I am really pulling hard. I think the Bengals have a great chance to win. The thing that kind of worries me just a smidge is the inconsistency of the Bengals. At 10-7, the Titans are going to get Derrick Henry back. Cincinnati, I think when they're wide open, that offense is pretty awesome. But golly, they've just been, win a few, lose a few. Win a few, lose a few. You just haven't seen them streak together a lot of really good performances. Now, they did win their final three, and then obviously they had won the division and they sat everybody against Cleveland, and they lost that game in week 18. But so they had won 3 in a row before losing to Cleveland, and now they've won a playoff game. So they've won 4 or 5. So maybe they are peaking, and this is the best stretch of the year. And I hope it is for them. I really do. As for San Fran and Green Bay, I just think that San Francisco, I just think Garoppolo is going to make the mistake. He's not been consistent enough. I just think he's going to throw it to the wrong team a couple times. So I'll take Green Bay in that one. Rams, Bucks, y'all. This is the one where I'm going to surprise. I think I'm really going to surprise people. I think I'm going to take the Rams to win that game. I haven't bet it yet. It's Sunday at 2:00. But I think I'm gonna pick the Rams to win that game. The Rams have a ton of talent on the outside. I mean, you got Cooper Kupp and you got Odell. Freaking Deshaun Jackson runs out there every now and again, just catches a touchdown. Um, and Tampa's secondary stinks. So I think they're going to be able to score. I think they're going to outscore Tampa in this game. And I'm curious to see about Ryan Jensen, too. Jensen got injured last week during the game, came back. You don't like these old adage about your center. So see if Ryan Jensen's healthy. Anyway. And then I like Kansas City at home. Brandon, good morning. No Saint, good morning. Nothing like coffee and scone. By the way, the coffee I'm drinking today is from Bowie Outfitters. So Bowie did a collaboration. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this because I don't know if it's available yet. But Bowie did a collaboration with Matt Siraj of Community Coffee, who owns City Roots, which is in Electric Depot, where Bo Rue is. There's a little coffee shop in there called City Roots that's owned by and run by Matt Siraj of Community Coffee. Well, Bowie and City Roots did a collaboration coffee, and Lee Benoit from Bowie was like, "Hey, do you drink coffee?" I'm like, "Does the Pope shit in the woods?" Excuse me, I know. And I know I'm. So, excuse me. I was like, "But I only have a Keurig." He's like, "Well, we got some K-Cups." So he brought me some K-Cups of their coffee, and so I'm drinking it this morning. It's really good. Very good. Mountain Dew, good morning. Trivia Carter, good morning. Trivia, did they close school in Louisiana because of weather? They did trivia. They were anticipating, maybe some sleet or ice because of the freezing temperatures. So they want kids on the road, buses on the road, stuff like that in the morning. So yes, they canceled school. Trey Guy, come on, smash that like button. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate that. 59 watching, 23 likes there on YouTube. 93 watching there on Facebook. Appreciate y'all as always. Excuse me, y'all. My sinuses haven't quite drained yet this morning. Normally I get up and I work out and I'm getting going and then I sit here. Today I just woke up, made my coffee and started, so I'm still draining a little. I know that's gross, sorry. Robbie White, what's up, man? Good morning. What are your thoughts on keeping the current NIL structure, but having a not to exceed number that all universities have to abide by? Yeah, I'm not okay with that. How do you tell Olivia Dunn, I'm sorry, but we have a structure where you can't go make $1 million or $3 million or $8 million, whatever. You can only make $10,000. Can't do it, man. I'm a free market capitalist. If someone's willing to pay you, go get it. There have always been the haves and the have-nots in college sports. This only further illustrates that. I'm fine with it. So the relatively small number of players that are actually going to get NIL money, and by the way, remember this, Robbie, every market eventually has a correction. This is the feeding frenzy from the beginning, but eventually the market will correct. So, and I'll remind you, you're still talking only about a handful of elite athletes that are going to get the crazy types of deals. If you're Kayshon Boutte, and by the way, the deal Kayshon got with Gordon wasn't extravagant. I mean, excuse me. I think y'all would be surprised if you know how much it was. Not at liberty to say, so I'm not going to say, but I think you'd be surprised. I'll tell you this. I have a buddy who owns a company, and I will not say the company because I don't know if this person would want the terms of the deal released, but this person was able to get an NIL deal with an entire team. Now, this was a non-revenue sport, okay, but got a deal with the entire team for $250 and some swag. That's it, for the whole team. I mean, crazy thing about influencer marketing is that it's not a mature ad product yet, so people don't know exactly what to charge or what to ask for, and it's interesting. Like the only real industry standard is a $10 CPM. So a CPM is a cost per thousand. That's on impressions. So like if you put out an Instagram post, how many impressions? Well, if you get 1,000 impressions, that post is worth $10. If you get 100,000 impressions, that's worth $100, right? So it's interesting to see where that might actually settle. But no, I don't. I disagree with you, Robbie. There, I'm not okay with capping what people can make, ever. Everybody being walking. Oh, come on, rapping badges. You know I can't say that. The Midwest Try, Cage. Okay, yes. Keith H. Good morning. Cesar Vasquez. Good morning. Hey, Matt, what do you spike the coffee with on such a cold morning? One stevia packet and some organic creamer. Joey Vincent, good morning. 18 degrees in DFW. Wow. Brandon, what do you think about the Caleb Williams news? I'm guessing I didn't see what he tweeted. Or did he tweet? I'm guessing USC. I don't see Caleb Williams news. Yeah, sorry, I don't see Caleb Williams news anywhere. Joseph Armato, good morning. Have you ever thought about running for the school board? Oh yeah, Deshaun's with the Raiders. My bad, isn't he? Deshaun Jackson's with the Raiders. Said the Rams, didn't I? Oh, let's see. Steve Randazzo, good morning. Ryan Jackson, Charlie Pennison, Eddie Wicker, good morning. John Capone, Glenn Thomasy, Matt Godwin. When do you come back on WNSP? Whenever they ask me, Matt, I'm happy to go on with those guys all the time. So WNSP is a sports talk radio station based out of Mobile. Lee Shervany, Mark Heim do a really good job in the morning. Our buddy Dave Schultz is on WNSP as well. They carry Chuck Oliver show. Really good sports talk station based out of Mobile. I've been telling Titans fans up here that Burrow and company are going to shred them. Only thing is the Bengals banged up D-line and Henry could have a game. Good news is Trey Hendrickson is back. He's going to play. I'll be curious how they handle Derrick Henry. Sam Dixon, what's up? Truax, good morning. Kyle Milliken, I like the Saints. Is the Saints-Niners game a couple years ago when Kittle went beast mode at the end to win the game the best performance of Garoppolo's career? You talking about the regular season game that ended up like 45-38 or whatever it was in the Dome? Got the crazy thing about that too. That was the same day of the. That was the day after the SEC championship game when LSU beat Georgia. We watched that game on the plane home. Best performance of Garoppolo's career, probably. I mean, I haven't watched every game Jimmy Garoppolo's played, so I can't say definitively, but that's got to be up there. Christopher Merrill, Fulton against Chase, that'll be fun. Let's see. Sam Dixon, you can't ever count out the curse of Brady. That's true, Sam, but I'll also say, I don't think Tampa's not going to go on this incredible run where they win, where they're like 3-peat or anything. I think that team does have flaws. And I think that the Rams' defensive line can be disruptive and pressure Brady the same way the Saints do. And, that's the way to beat Tom Brady, is pressure him. And I think the Rams can do that. I really think the Rams are going to beat Tampa. Ben Dupuy, thoughts on next year's Saints opponents? Ben, we actually have a, talked about that. Hang on. Whoops. So we did discuss that on AFR a few weeks back. Here it is. Copy. Okay, Ben. I'm posting in the comments. There's the video when we talked about the Saints opponents for next year. All right. Next time you go to Florida, try some badass coffee. Okay. I'm not a huge coffee guy for what it's worth. I mean, I drink coffee every day, but I'm not like a coffee snob. I mean, just coffee, a little cream and sugar, I'm good. Ooh, Ryan Jensen has not practiced this week. Remember Mike D's old adage. About the starting center. When a team loses their starting center, the opponent covers 80% of the time the following week. Fournette's uncertain. The Rams. Any word on Pinson and Days for tomorrow? Not yet, Darren. I'm sure we'll have media availability with Will Wade today when he'll get asked. Brant Roban stoked for some Tiger baseball. Wonder how dominant the SEC will be. Which school is still the biggest threat to LSU? Vandy, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State are really the ones, the creme de la creme. Then LSU, Florida are always still there. But remember, the thing about Ole Miss too is, man, they lose Hoagland and Nikhazy, so their two studs at the front of their rotation are gone. We'll have plenty of time to talk baseball, but yeah. Charlie Cavell, Michael Cook, Randy Bennett. Good morning. Glenn Thomas, he said, R.I.P. Meatloaf. You might be late to the party. I already sang a rendition of I Would Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that. Ray Sutherland, Fulton Chase on the third level of competition. Incredible. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Brian Kelly has made me at ease. I'm so excited about the future. Good. Kyle Gaio, 3 years ago today, the worst call in NFL history. Oh, God, don't remind me. That was 3 years ago today, huh? The Nolan no call. I was there. Josh Innes and I went sitting behind the Rams bench around the 40-yard line. Play happened opposite corner to our left. Unbelievable. And I was doing like Instagram stories throughout the game. So thankfully I have our reaction recorded to the Nolan no call. Maybe I'll get Josh on the show today. We'll talk about it. We'll relive it. That'd be fun. Not really. We can commiserate. Shout out to Brock, y'all. brortho.com. brortho.com. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. New year, new career. Brock is hiring. brortho.com. And of course, if you need an orthopedist, go see Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing. HudcoRoofing.com. I got a message from Mr. Toby Tomplay yesterday. He who has done the AFR jingle and, of course, is responsible for the Hudco jingle. He got a message on Facebook from someone that was like, man, we love the Hudco hustle, yada, yada, yada. It's like, he's like, what is the Hudco hustle? He's like, please tell me it's what I think it is. I said, oh, yes, it is.
Hudco Roofing! Hudco Roofing! When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone and Terrio. All you need is Hudco. Hudco
Do you think we could beat Tennessee in their house if Pinson and Days are out? I do, Brant. Oddly enough, I bet on my screen. Okay, so LSU has won 4 straight against Tennessee and 6 of 7, dating back to the 2015-2016 season. It's kind of crazy. Their only win was in the 17-18 season in Knoxville. They won by 23. But anyway, LSU's won 6 of 7 against Tennessee and 4 in a row. It's kind of like what's happened in basketball with Alabama. So yes, I do. And look, keep in mind, Pinson went out in the game against Tennessee and they routed them. So yes, I do think that LSU can win this game. I do think LSU can win this game. Absolutely. And this is honestly the one, if you remember, because this is where it's so hard when you're actually living through it, people forget. But we've talked about this for like 6 weeks now. My contention was win your home games, split your road games. You're 5-2 in the first 7. Well, you didn't beat Arkansas, but you lost at Auburn, you beat Florida, you lost at Bama. The ones I said you could get were Florida and Tennessee on the road. Well, go win this game on the road. Like, yes, you can win this game on the road. Do I hope Xavier Pinson's back? Absolutely. But can you win this game? Yes. I mean, both teams essentially are the same offensively. And neither's particularly good. Both average right at like 74, 75 points a game. But LSU defensively is elite. And you already beat this team. So, yes, I absolutely think LSU can and probably will win this game. Tracy Poole, good morning. BGS Goat, good morning. Prediction of record next season. Yeah, I've said this so many times, and I'm not dodging the question, BGS Goat. I got to see the roster first. I'm not going to make a prediction until I see the roster. Like, if LSU goes into next season with this group of cornerbacks, that's a problem. If they add the kid from Oklahoma State and then maybe another one, okay, like, now we got action. Like, how different would 2018 have been without Joe Burrow and Cole Tracy? Well, you got those guys in May. You know what I mean? So let me wait and see what the roster looks like. There's just too much upheaval to make a prediction just yet. He had a tell. He grabbed the brim of his Hudco hat. It's Hudco NIL. It's not, but Hudco is. We're about to dabble in the NIL space. Looking forward to it. Exciting stuff coming. Main concern with the Bengals this weekend is their O-line against the Titans' defense. If the O-line holds up, I feel Joe Burrow and the boys have a great chance. I agree with that. But Jeffrey Simmons is a man-child, and I wouldn't want to block him. So, yes, if they can keep Burrow upright, I agree. Terry McGill, any truth to the Caleb Williams noise? Someone else asked, I guess y'all are saying because, like, there's a report that he's down to, like, USC and LSU. Y'all, I don't know what Caleb Williams is going to do. I know LSU was one of his finalists when he picked Oklahoma back in the day, 2 years ago. But it just makes sense that he goes to Southern Cal. He's going to go to Los Angeles and play for Lincoln Riley in LA at USC. It just makes sense. I will be pleasantly stunned if he picks LSU, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, you already saw Jackson Dart transfer out of USC. I mean, all the writing's on the wall there. Chris Nelson, morning, Matt. Spoke too soon the other day. Read an article that the Bears are interviewing Dennis Allen. Didn't someone from the Saints interview for the Bears GM position stay warm? Yes, Jeff Ireland interviewed for the Bears GM position. Bears keep trying to pillage the Saints. Remember they took Ryan Pace, took Aaron Cromer. Didn't they? No, that was Detroit who hired Lombardi, who's now with the Rams. But anyway. Rex, good morning. Ronnie, where can I get what? Trey Guy, Matt, you rocking it daily. Great podcast. Thank you. By the way, would you all please do me a favor and the great honor of subscribing to LSU Daily? I am starting from the bottom. Now I'm here, but I'm not here yet. So, did Locked In LSU for 3 years every day. Did 700 episodes, Monday through Friday, 3 years. And built that up to be a very, very, very more than respectable podcast. And, my bosses at Guarantee asked me to stop doing that and do a podcast on the Guarantee Podcast Network. And I did. So I walked away from something that I put a lot of time and effort into. And as it was still growing, like finally hitting its growth spurt. And started from zero. Launched a new podcast, started from zero. So looking to grow it. LSU Daily. However you get your podcasts, if you would go subscribe, that would be a huge help. So it would be between 20 and 30 minutes of daily LSU info. I like to say it's AFR condensed into about 20 minutes. So if you want that kind of content, I'd appreciate you subscribing, letting people know. Living Lambo, Matt, did you see Arkansas lost their Friday night guy for the year? I did not. When? Peyton Pallett, huh? Oh, they announced this yesterday. Oh, that sucks. For them. I mean, for him, obviously. Wow. Yeah, they were expecting him to be their ace this year. Boy, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. I hate to see that for any kid. That's akin to losing Jaden Hill last year. You were expecting Jaden Hill to be your Friday night guy, and a month into the season, he shut down for the year. On a cold morning, we need a Hudco hustle. We just did the Hudco hustle. We'll do it again before we get out of here. Ronnie Dugas, where can I buy that coffee? Caught the tail end of you explaining. So, Ronnie, probably at Bowie, I would guess. Either Bowie or City Roots. What workout do you do in the morning? So I've started, so I love to do the Yoga Studio 90 workout. That's not bogus. But the only class that I can attend on my schedule is the 9:15 a.m. They have like a 5:30, which I can't go to because Erica's out the door and I've got Drew here. They've got an 8, which obviously I'm bringing Drew to school. And they've got a 9:15, then like a 12:30, which it's too close to the show. I can't do 12:30. And then they got like a 4 p.m., like a 6 p.m. Well, or 4:30 and 6. Well, I'm on air. So the only one I can do ever is 9:15, and it depends what I have in my morning if I can make it over there for 9:15. So what I've tried to do is get over there and do the yoga class like twice a week, maybe like Wednesday, Sunday. And I subscribe to Beachbody On Demand, so there's just hundreds of different workouts that you can do in there. And one of the workout programs is called Lift 4. So it's a high intensity interval training HIIT. It's a HIIT program that includes weight and muscle building and stuff like that. So so I'm on week 3 of Lift 4. So I'm getting back into it, y'all. Look, football season for me is brutal. It's just I stress eat, I drink, I always gain weight. I mean, I always put on, you know, between 20 and 30 pounds during the fall. It sucks. I mean, there's no way around. But like, if you go look at pictures of me every year, summer and then Christmas, you're like, just go look at my Facebook, or just go look at, or Erica's Facebook, whatever. Just go look at any pictures of me from summer and then Christmas, and you'll be like, oh, it's true. So when Christmas and the holidays end, we get into January, that's when I refocus and I start to work out again, and I focus on health, and I eat better, and I start losing weight. And then by the time summer gets here, I'll look pretty good and feel pretty good about myself. And then summer will end, and I'll vow to be healthier this football season. Then invariably I'll spiral, because it happens every year and has for a decade. So really what I need is someone to help keep me motivated come August, September. Keep me in line. Matador 64, Kevin Thomas, Cody Kibido. Honestly surprised Williams has taken so long to commit to USC. Why would he go anywhere else? Could return to Oklahoma. Maybe that's what he's weighing. Let's see, any more here? Y'all do me a favor, Facebook, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube. Man, we got 39 likes on YouTube today. 105 watching, just 39 likes. So let's get that like button up if we could. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Sam Dixon, LSU is 150-1 to win the Natty next year in football. Yeah, they're not going to win the Natty next year. You know, but Tom Brady's won 9 straight divisional playoff games. Wow. Last divisional playoff loss was in 2010 to the Jets. It's an interesting stat there. How about that? Mark, Pelicans upset the Knicks last night. I watched it. I did watch the game last night. You had Knicks fans heading for the exits at the end of the third quarter. Mark, will it snow in Baton Rouge this weekend? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's supposed to snow. If Caleb Williams transfers to LSU, where does it leave Miles Brennan? I don't think Caleb Williams is going to transfer to Baton Rouge. If he does, I would much rather play Caleb Williams than Miles Brennan. And I think all of a sudden LSU becomes a much more legitimate threat in the SEC, certainly, and nationally. Reed Wilson, Scone, is Derek Davis Jr. considering transferring? So I don't know. I don't know, Reed. But what I would tell you is I think there's 2 spots where you're still going to see attrition. One is safety and one is running back. When you look at running back with John Emery, Noah Kane, Corey Kiner, Anthony Bradford, Trey Bradford, and Armani Goodwin, and then you're still recruiting Trevante Citizen, there's just not enough reps to go around for 6 scholarship running backs. And you still got Josh Williams as well. So I think you will see, probably, if not before, probably after spring football, you'll probably see some attrition at running back. And then I also think it's safety. So if Davis leaves, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, look, you brought in Fouché, who's a safety. You've got Jay Ward, Major Burns back. Of course, Sage Ryan can play safety. And then you've got Tolles and Davis and Langlois. You know, you've got, even if you go with a 3 safety look, you just got a bunch of guys there that aren't going to play, barring injury or something like that. So, yeah, I think you're probably going to lose running back, safety is probably where you're going to lose players still. Cody, just too much roster turnover to expect a playoff spot. Yeah, man, and it's also a first-year coach, a new coaching staff, roster, all, yeah, like, yo, you don't go from 6-7 one year to a national championship the next year. You don't do that. So, no. I think the hardest thing for LSU fans to understand right now is that regardless of what you did in 2019 or what you think the history of your program is, in the last 2 years, you were 5-5 and 6-7. Like, you sucked. You sucked the last 2 years. There's no way around it. You sucked. So, I mean, you have a long way to go. A long way to go. Dane Bergeron, Blake, we need a morning pour. R.I.P. Meatloaf. We did, at the beginning of the show today, if you missed it, sing a brief rendition of the refrain of "And I Would Do Anything for Love," but I won't do that. Okay. All right, y'all. One more rumor is Steelers want Jameis at $12 million a year. That would leave Taysom Hill as QB1 for 2022. There is no, Mark, I'll say it again. There is no way that the Saints enter 2022 with Taysom Hill as their starting quarterback. I'll say it to you again. You could keep coming back here day after day after day, touting Taysom Hill. I don't quite get it. Part of me thinks you're kind of trolling a little, but probably not. Taysom Hill is, oh, look, he's your profile picture. Oh my God. Taysom Hill's your profile picture. Oh my God. All right, never mind. Mark, you've been completely discredited now. I'll never answer another question that you have about Taysom Hill, so don't even, you can ask, but don't even bother. I'll never answer another one. Jay White, $10 million a year, better not be that long. Got to build up a program, dog. I mean, you were left barren by the previous guy who you were paying $8 million a year to. Tracy Poole winning 9 or 10 games would be great. Shit, 10 games. Shoot, excuse me, 10 games would be a miracle. Like you don't understand. They're like Frankensteining this roster with a bajillion transfers. It's just stopgaps. So as to be competitive this year. I think 10 is a pipe dream. 9 would be the ceiling. 8 is more realistic. But if you go from 6-7, to 8-4, and maybe win a bowl game and get to 9, that's a hell of a year one. That's a hell of a turnaround. Jay Ward and Major Burns can both be kicked back to corner. Burns played corner and safety in high school. I think it was just corner though. I agree with you on Jay Ward. I don't agree with you on Major Burns. Because there is a big difference in playing corner in high school and playing corner in the SEC. Jay Ward has done that. Major Burns has not. I do not believe Major Burns will kick back to corner. But I do think there's a possibility Jay Ward could do it. Hey, Dane Bergeron. Good morning. Cajunomics. Jay White. That's LSU's fault. We the people deserve better. Yeah, that's why they fired Ed Ogeron and hired Brian Kelly. Okay, I think we're done, y'all. Ryan Amanda Guidry, Brian Wynn. Any chance the Saints can get Russell Wilson for next year? Yeah, there's a chance, Brian, for sure. I'm curious, what kind of package they have to put together for him. But yes. Butt fumble. Yes, I do. I put it at 38% probability. Mark, he was 7-2 as a starter. Hey, Mark, and Teddy Bridgewater was 5-0 with the Saints. How's that working out for Teddy B? And Tim Tebow won a playoff game. How's his career gone since? Come on, bro. All right, I'm serious. That's the last time I'm ever answering any of your questions about Taysom Hill. Okay, we are done. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area, including their primary location inside of the Surgical Specialty Center on Bluebonnet and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. We are working today. Crews are out and rolling, so ain't scared of some cold weather. So y'all holler if you need a roof replacement, roof repair. Maybe your insurance company denied your claim. Let us go to bat for you. We can help. We can even soft wash your roof, your whole home. HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. All right. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you.